In this video, I'm talking all about sound, and more specifically, which microphones to use and when. So let's get into it. So we all know great audio makes for a great video, and bad audio can make an incredible cinematic video look awful. But it's all well and good saying that you need great audio for great video, but how do you achieve great audio? Well, the first piece of advice that I can give you is to get the microphone as close to your subject as is physically possible. I mean, take this specific microphone, for example. This sounds incredible when I talk nice and close up to it, but the second that I move this over there, all of a sudden this amazing microphone doesn't sound too good. And it's the same story for this microphone over here. Here, it sounds great. And here it sounds even better. But the problem is when I go over there, when I'm all the way back here, this microphone and this microphone, they both sound awful. But that's where a lavalier microphone, and that's the one that I'm wearing, comes in really handy, because it doesn't matter where I go, I can walk around, I can do what I want to do, and I'm always going to have great audio. But the problem is with lavalier microphones is they are a wireless system, and sometimes wireless is unreliable. Now 99% of the time you're not going to have connection issues with a lavalier, but unfortunately they can cut out or they can interfere with other signals in the area, so relying purely on a lavalier microphone isn't always the best option, so it's great to look at other options as well. So let's begin with something like this, like a casual YouTube video where I'm talking to you. The best microphone in this example, where I'm not moving around too much, I'm locked to a specific location, would be something like this. This microphone is a Shure SM7B, it is a vocal microphone, and as you can hear, sounds great. But the problem is if I was moving around or if there was a bit more movement, then like you just heard, this microphone sounds very bad very quickly. So that is where shotgun microphones come into play. The great news is with a shotgun microphone as well, is it cuts out all of the surrounding noise. So anything behind the microphone, anything to the side will be cut out, and anything directly into the microphone will be picked up. This means shotgun microphones are a really great option when you're outside on location, when sound can be somewhat unpredictable. So if you're doing something like this, which is just a casual talking head YouTube video, and it doesn't matter that a microphone is in shot, then this is probably your best option, a vocal microphone. However, if you want the microphone to be hidden, or if you're out and about and you're moving and you need reliable audio, then a boom microphone or a shotgun microphone is also a great option. The great news about shotgun microphones is they can really reach out and grab a sound. So a shotgun microphone doesn't actually need to be this close. Now, typically, if I was to do this setup and I was to have this shotgun microphone just outside the frame, then I would put this on a actual boom arm to get the stand out of the frame. But in this quick example, you can see that just by putting this microphone up here, the mic itself is out of frame, but the audio actually sounds really good. It sounds really clear and really awesome. So if you're shooting narrative, dialogue videos, or if you're shooting an interview, for example, and you don't want the microphone to be in shot, then a shotgun microphone is your best option. And that brings us on to option number 3, and that is the lavalier or the lapel microphone. So what's really awesome about the lapel microphone, if I take this out of my pocket, you can see this is actually a wearable microphone. Now you typically see one of these microphones on the news. You'll typically see this clipped to somebody's suit jacket or their blazer. And this is because lavaliers provide really close, really intimate sound, and they're really great and really reliable. However, the problem is when you want to hide these, when you don't want these to be in the frame, things can get a little bit difficult because unfortunately, the microphone rubbing on your clothes is going to give you a lot of problems when it comes to your sound. Now, you can get something called a Rode Invisilav, which is basically just a silicone wallet that the microphone can sit in, and this does help to get rid of some of that rustling, but unfortunately that rustle sound is always going to be a battle. Now, it's really important that you get a lavalier microphone in the perfect position to avoid this rustling sound. So if you can clip this to the outside of your clothing, then that's going to give you the least amount of problems. There are many different ways of hiding a lavalier microphone on somebody. You could place it behind their tie, you could place it behind their collar, you could tape it to the underside of their shirt. I do find though, if you're using this on a guy and they've got a hairy chest, then that can also give some really bad sound issues on the microphone. However though, if you manage to get this sounding great, then lavaliers are really great because one, it means you don't have to have somebody holding a boom microphone above your subject. It just means you can hand somebody a lavalier microphone and they're good to go. They can move about wherever they want to go and they're always going to sound great, and you don't have to have somebody following them with that shotgun microphone. So lavaliers are a great option if you're on the go, if you're moving about and you're just a one-person crew. So if it's just yourself holding the camera, you can give the talent, the person talking, a lavalier mic, and they're perfectly mic'd up and they've got great sounding audio. So let me just quickly summarize all of that for you. So a vocal microphone like this, the Shure SM7B, is going to give you a really nice, rich, warm sound. But the problem is when you move away from this microphone, unfortunately, it just sounds awful. So this microphone is only good when you're up close onto the microphone. You've got a little bit of freedom, you can move around a little bit, but you can't move too far because you're going to get bad audio. So this microphone is perfect for setups like this, in interview setups, but anything else, this just won't do. Now moving on, we've got the shotgun microphone, and this is really great for field work. So when you're out and about, it's really great because it blocks out any sound coming in from the side. If I talk to the front of this microphone, it sounds great. When I talk to the side of it, not so great. So that means when you're pointing this at your subject out and about on a location, going to cut out the traffic noise, the wind noise, and any other noise that you've got in the environment. These are really great as well for hiding in interviews or just having these slightly out of frame. And then lastly, you've got the lavalier or the lapel microphone, which is great because it gives you great quality sounding audio, and it also frees you up. You don't have to have somebody holding a shotgun microphone. You don't have to have this thing in your shot. You can just give somebody a clip-on microphone and they're free to move. The problem is though, it can rustle on clothing and you can have connection issues because it is a wireless setup. Now, all three of these options are great options for when it comes to recording sound for your video. But the most important tip, it doesn't matter what equipment you have, the most important tip is to get it as close to your subject as you can. This lavalier microphone sounds incredible, but when it's over there, it doesn't sound great. This Shure SM7B sounds incredible, but again, when it's over there, it sounds awful. And the same thing for this shotgun microphone. When I'm close to the shotgun microphone, it sounds great. As soon as I face it away, or I give some distance between the subject and the shotgun mic, again, it just sounds awful. Take this iPhone, for example. I'm on the voice recorder app, and I've got this nice and close to myself. I'm talking, the audio sounds crystal clear. Now, you wouldn't think you could get great audio from an iPhone, but when you get this close to your subject, it sounds great. So the moral of the story is it doesn't matter what microphone you're using, just make sure you get that as close to your subject, as close to the person talking on camera as possible. Now, when it comes to the world of cinematography, there's always a new camera, a new lens, a new piece of equipment, something that you have to keep up with and keep learning about, and there's new things that you're always having to learn to make great looking video. But when it comes to sound, not much has really changed. Yes, there's more microphones available to you now than there was 30 years ago, but the rules are basically the same. Get that microphone as close to the person talking as possible. So stop using the inbuilt camera microphone, get that Rode video mic off the top of your camera and get it as close to your subject as possible, and that's how you're going to get great audio. So there you go. That is all you really need to know about sound and recording great sounding audio for your YouTube videos, your documentaries, your videos, or whatever you're capturing sound for. So thank you ever so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate your support, and hopefully I will see you on the next video. See you there.